We help singles, Amish singles, to get engaged, develop epic marriages, and create a legacy that is rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. It's good to be back. Good morning to you. It took me a few minutes to get things set up, but it's amazing. I think I have TikTok actually on here now. This ought to be interesting to see if it's working. But yeah, TikTok is a very popular platform that we've been trying to get to work. I guess the updates finally got it set up and working on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I love Talk with the Amish Matchmaker. We come on here and just try to share some things about love for singles, for couple, or for men that are married, and for people engaged, men engaged. And what we've discovered over the years, working with clients, thousands of clients now, is that we've discovered there is some common things with men in their relationships or lack of relationships or struggling to connect, struggling to have a good connection with their spouse or their girlfriend. We discovered that a lot of times it has to do with their confidence, communication, and then commitment. So these are skills that we work on, work through. We've got content that helps. It's called Connection DNA. We've got oh, we've got some core activities that we help people to learn how to utilize for their confidence, communication, commitment. It's all focused on those three things. So today we're back. It's good to be back. I was gone for a week. We were at an event with Alex and Layla Hermosi, acquisition.com in Vegas. And all right, live as well. Okay. Live here at the studio. And if you're on here and you want to give me a shout out, that'd be awesome. Good morning, and welcome back again. Like I said, live here on even school hangout now. Thought I'd start doing these hangouts as well. I love Talk with the Amish Matchmaker, and we love matching people up. It is a skill of ours. One thing I would say too is that we are not Amish, as you can tell, but we are English people doing our best to help and guide and direct people who are Amish. When I say Amish, that you're like, well, why would they be on social media? Well, because these are Amish people that are Amish by culture and language, but they are not necessarily practicing the strict religious activities of the buggy Amish. And so every morning, 5 a.m., and I am behind today, I come on here and I just share what has helped a lot of our clients, what has helped us in life, Chantel and I, in our relationship, and why we do what we do. Epic Your Life. It's all about creating extraordinary. And for us, the first step to extraordinary is relationships and connection and communication. And so that comes from confidence, communication, and commitment. And the three C's, we say the three C's of intimacy, the three C's of love. So as you're jumping on here, if you make a comment or want to say hello or something, I'd love to see that. It's always nice to see who's plugging in, who's joining me in the mornings, and to know somebody's out there. Hello. um, so let's talk about why we plug into content, what it is about learning new strategies and new skills, or repeating things over and over and over. What is it that benefits? Um, and why would we do that in our lives? Because again, um, repetition is the mother of all skill. That's the number one reason why we continue to plug into things. We learn and keep on learning, Chantel and I, and is because of this thing called repetition and this thing called skill. In order to gain and learn a new skill, we must repeat certain things over and over and over. And so, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, if you're going to learn how to become more confident, you probably should do something over and over, because the first time you do something, it always feels strange. Like, for instance, if you are learning how to speak a new language and you sit down and or you start like Spanish, for instance, and you learn one phrase and you're like trying to say it, and you're like, hello, in Spanish would be hola. So it's like the first time you say it, you feel like it's strange. You're not knowing if you said it right. And hopefully you're learning from someone that knows Spanish. That would be a good idea. Who is fluent in it, even. And that's like any skill that you're trying to learn. It's And that's what we have found in relationships. In order to have deeper, more intimate connections, love and affection comes from having confidence, being able to communicate well and clearly, and even to validate through communication, to be able to empathize, have empathy for people through communication, to be able to express yourself with love and honor and kindness. And then, of course, the first step, though, is confidence, because you got to have the confidence to be able to even try to communicate. And then the third thing is commitment. Commitment comes from the is the long term dedication, long term like communication, long term activities, and staying committed, faithful. The repetition, 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 your faithfulness, your confidence will get built from the communication. Your confidence will get built from the commitment and constantly showing up and then making it a habit to show up. Just like here at 5 a.m., I show up here every morning, weekday morning. Now, last week I was gone. Why was I gone? That's what I'm going to get to. We were at training. We got the opportunity to attend an incredible training in Las Vegas, of all cities. And we were part of acquisition.com with Alex and Layla Hormozy and their incredible team that they have recruited and raised up to develop business owners and to help create portfolio companies, to raise up other leaders and help companies to develop multi-million dollar companies into them. And of course, they're doing lots of projects that lead to billions of dollars with their portfolios. So, hey, there we go. Good morning. I see you. Thanks. Tom McCavitz. All right. Thanks for that. I'll take it. So, what you are becoming what you repeatedly do. I don't know if you've ever heard that phrase or been told that, but it's true and it's real. So it's very important for you to know what you're doing and understand that it does make a difference. It does matter. The habits that we do, the things that we say, the that's what's interesting is like sometimes we are on autopilot. We're doing things over and over and over. We're repeating things that we don't even realize we're repeating, and we're creating habits that may not be beneficial. So sometimes it is powerful and beneficial to track your daily routines, your daily activities, to see what you're repeatedly doing. What time do you get up every day? What time do you go to work every day? Those are repeated activities. Or what things you do when you first wake up. I know for me, a cup of coffee. Cheers. So, in our school community now, we're developing our school community more and more. And last night we made a huge announcement that we are officially shifting to where all of our communications, all of our connections, and all of our activities will be through our school community. That was a big shift because we had a lot of private and direct connections on um, WhatsApp, and communicating through that. We had mentorships and things, and now we are excited to be really uh, being more proactive on the school platform and connecting with people on a more regular basis through that platform, and locking arms, joining together through the process of learning together how to become better, learning how to become what? Better connectors and communicators, becoming better in our businesses and developing our legacies. And that's a lot of what we focus on in our Epic Your Life community. People say, "Yeah, what do you do at Epic Your Life?" And I'm like, well, let me just say it a little bit slower for you. Epic Your Life. It's important to us to help people have an epic life. And we believe with all of our heart, it starts with your relationships. That it starts with first learning how to have the confidence to communicate and be committed to those that you love. And then being committed, having confidence and communicating well to find a girlfriend, and then develop that into an engagement, and develop that into then a beautiful, epic marriage that will lead and transfer over into an epic life. Having an epic life does take work. It does take you being confident and you being committed to the process, and then being able to communicate well. It's real and it's important. So, repetition is the mother of all skill. What are you doing then? I often, we encourage people in our community to audit their time, to, yeah, to check what you're doing is to audit your time. We have these calendars, and we encourage people to take that calendar and write down what are you doing every 15 minutes. Set a timer, and then when that timer goes off, go, okay, what did I just spend the last 15 minutes doing? Because you will find a lot of times that you're not even aware of scrolling on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, and you're watching videos and shorts and reels, and next thing you know it's been 15 minutes. Well, write it down then. Write down all the things you were just doing. Or maybe you're watching a movie, or maybe you're at work, or maybe you were just watching some sort of training, or hopefully learning some new skills through the process. But again, that's part of auditing your time and being able to track it and see what it is you've been doing for the last 15 minutes. These are, hey, look at that. Good to see you guys. Good to see some of you here. Awesome. Grateful for the connection here on YouTube, seeing the comments now. Sometimes you feel burnt out. All right, there's some good comments. All right, interaction. Look at that. Drawing things are kind of my habit right now, but sometimes I do feel burnt out. Well, it is interesting because I would be curious about when you feel burnt out. What is it that you're doing? Is it because you don't have a purpose? I feel a lot of times people get burned out when they're just going, and they don't have something they're going towards, or a purpose, or any kind of reward, or a why. Their why is not big enough in their life. And I'm here on YouTube looking at these comments, but we are a collection of habits. So true. Look at that. Needed to hear it. Look at this interaction, man. This is cool. Thank you. I get a lot of weird interactions sometimes, but it's very refreshing to see some of these good interactions and these good comments. Yeah, I gave up caffeine. I gave up caffeine because it restricts blood vessels. I think that cuts down oxygenation of the brain. Not sure, but one day I missed it and had a migraine. Oh, crazy. Mr. Nathaniel Martin, good to see you, buddy. I hope you have a blessed, great day too, brother. Thank you so much for the comment. Can you pair me up with a Amish baddie? I sure can, actually. If you're interested, single or married, it's a group that we promote and endorse. We're Jesse and Adina Kaufman. They are incredible facilitators of that community and leaders of that community, and they are phenomenal. They will help you to build these skills that we talk about here on our channel, the Amish Matchmakers, and they will help you to connect and learn how to connect. And we have a beautiful strategy there for connection and for developing that relationship and coming together and getting engaged and married and having an epic life. Yes. Hey, there's Irina. Wow. She's up early. Wow, what the heck? Or you haven't gone to bed yet. Maybe you're in California and haven't gone to bed yet. I wonder which one it is. Amish Matchmakers. Why are you asking? All right, look at that. Deeper purpose connects to activities. Yep, that's right. What's your name? Me? My name is Carlos. My wife and I are known as the Amish Matchmakers. You better be a hard worker if you hook up with an Amish girl. That's hilarious. So true. So true. Love the conversation this morning. My goodness. Come back from being gone for a week. And man, there's lots of great conversations. So thank you for the interaction and the conversations here live on our social medias. We are known as the Amish Matchmakers, Chantel and I. And yeah, we do go live Facebook, YouTube, looks like even now. TikTok is back up and live. Interesting. It's good to see that we are back live and connected to that. So welcome to our Love Talk with the Amish Matchmaker. So repetition, if it is the mother of all skill, and you to gain skills, we got to repeat it and work on it and do it over and over and over. What skill do you want to learn? Here we talk about relationship skills, and those relationship skills do come from repetition. However, and guess what? When you repeat something and are committed to it and do it over and over and over, you actually will become more confident as well, because it's as you learn what you're doing. It's like riding a bike, right? Any of you remember as a kid riding a bike, the first time you rode it? Maybe some kids, by the way, they just take off on it. And they're really amazing how they can balance and don't need training wheels. But some parents do training wheels, some don't. And those training wheels kind of just balance you as a young child is riding that bike. If you remember when you were a kid and the first time the training wheels were off and dad or mom was kind of balancing you as you're just riding and they're trying to get you just to ride and go, you got this, you got this. And you get nervous and you kind of fall over and you just keep doing it and keep doing it. And then finally you do it and you can do it without falling over. You do it without scraping your knee and you're riding a bike. But it took time to learn. And so, like I said, sometimes you see this interesting thing where young children will just jump on a bike and instantly kind of, take off on a bike and be able to ride it. It is pretty cool to see that once in a while. But for the most part, we fall down, we get back up on the bike and we go. And maybe we're going and we're wobbling and we're hobbling. And mom and dad, like I said, is there to guide us and direct us and help us. And And we just keep doing it, and we get better, and we get better, and we get better. Riding a bike. It's one of those interesting things, but yet it does matter that we keep repeating it and keep doing it until we um, reach a level that we're confident. And it's really fun to watch confidence and watch how confidence then allows you to communicate well. A little side story about confidence. My little Hazel, she's not so little anymore. She's now 17. She'll be 18 in August. And she is a beautiful mama to be. We are going to be grandparents, Chantel and I, and she is just an amazing daughter, and just amazing to see her develop as a mother. Um, and I'm very proud of that girl. One thing I was going to say, when she was little, we we were living in California, and she and I went fishing on the pier, and she loves fishing. We enjoyed it doing that together. And from the pier in let's see, it was in Newport Beach Pier. We went fishing for mackerel. And it's interesting because when you fish for mackerel, you can do multiple hooks and put multiple bait. And mackerel, it's funny, once you catch one mackerel, if you use that mackerel, they are meat eaters. So they don't eat each other. They swarm around as mackerel fish, but they will if you cut up a mackerel and put it on the hooks. They'll even go even more for it and go crazy for it, right? So um, Hazel and we rented. I didn't think during this time we didn't even buy a fishing pole. We rented it, I believe. Maybe we bought it. I can't remember. But the point is we went fishing on the pier, she and I, and I think we had one pull. And we were taking turns, and we were having a blast, man. It was like every time you put that in the pole, that pole in the water, and pulled it up, you got several mackerel, right? Because you have multiple hooks, and so it was a blast because you're always catching something. Well, this is what's so interesting is like I think let's see, how old would Hazel have been? That probably would have been 10 years ago, maybe something like that, maybe longer. She was like 6 or 7, something like that, maybe 8. And we're fishing. It's literally our first time. I fished before, but our first time on the pier fishing for mackerel. And but man, she was confident. She was pulling them in. And oh my gosh, catching them, and we were putting them in a bucket. We were determined to eat them too. We were like, well, if we're gonna catch them, let's try eating them. And so, but the part that I'm here to tell you about, the story about being confident, is we see it with children in certain areas and certain things. And I'm glad to say we raised her with good confidence. So we're there fishing, right? It's her first time ever doing it. And these people kind of, because we were on the Newport Beach Pier, and tourists always come walking through, right? And so then we have these tourists that come walking through. And so people are like, whoa, how, look at you, you're catching fish. And I will tell you that, how'd you catch those fish? These people just start asking, right? They're curious. It's normal. And because they see us pull them in. And I will tell you that Hazel just started communicating with confidence, like, well, you put the mackerel, you catch a mackerel, and you cut it up, and you put some on the hooks, and then you throw it in there, and then as soon as you throw it in, you start feeling the tug, and you pull it up, and you reel it in. And she is just giving some instructions. Just, she's repeating what I had told her probably maybe 30 minutes before or an hour before, but she was really excited about it. She fell in love with it. She enjoyed it, and so then she was able to communicate so well with such confidence, like she had been fishing for years. But that's the beauty of confidence, even in a very quick fashion. And those, they were impressed. They're like, "Wow!" And she's like, "You want to try it?" They're like, "No, it's okay." But It is fun to see that, but that's what I'm saying is the repetition normally will create the confidence and allow you to communicate well. Excuse me. Uh, and then create that commitment. And so, how do we apply this in relationships? Here we are talking about love talk, right? Well, in relationships, it does. It has to do with your ability to step up. Men, this is Love Talk with the Amish Matchmaker. This is the men's edition. And I'm here to speak to the men. What are you doing? Are you up this morning? Are you up and leading your family? Maybe you haven't gone to bed. That's a whole nother thing. Why haven't you gone to bed yet? But are you leading your family well? And if you are, how are you leading them? Or if you're single, are you getting up and starting to work on yourself to develop skills in relationships and develop skills in your, we talk about three areas that you always, we believe it's always good to develop is your relationship skills, your business and financial income skills. And then number three would be your health and wellness, your physical body. Because again, without your physical body, without taking care of your health, you cannot be around to make money. You cannot be around to have relationships if you're not alive. So I believe, Chantel and I really believe that those three areas will help to balance your life and keep you moving forward in a very progressive way. And so that's my question to you. What are you doing this morning? Are you awake? And if you're not awake, you're watching the recording of this, that's fine. That's great. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the interaction. Um, but I do want to challenge you then. Are you leading your family, men? Are you getting up early? Are you up early and working on yourself? Are you up early playing video games? Are you up early just surfing the internet? I mean, you're here, but hopefully you're here for good purpose, and hopefully I can encourage you to do things that will develop your confidence, that will develop your communication skills, and that will develop your um, commitment to your relationships that will lead to an epic life ultimately. All right, let's see some of these comments. I love the interaction today, so I am checking these out. Lazy people are asleep. Hey, I like that. But who is this? Does not sound Amish. Yeah, I'm not. Again, I'm not Amish. We help the Amish. But I'm curious. Who is this? My channel 44. I like 44 is a good number. 444, my number. Hey, they have time and confidence. Injury and time steal that away. Sounds like you speak from experience. I live alone. I like the lack of people and their infinite problems directly around me. I don't mind my neighbors and friends, but like I prefer cabbages and animals. Okay, interesting. Well, I will tell you that I can understand that you prefer to be alone, but man, it is awesome when you have an epic marriage, when you have someone who encourages you and supports you and loves you in life. And so, those of you watching live here on the school platform, um, I am interacting, seeing comments here on online, and very grateful for those. But it is interesting to see how some people do. You know, we get burnt out on people, get burnt out on connections, and I think because what you find is when you surround yourself or when you are surrounded by people that are pulling from you constantly, right, sucking the life out of you, if you would, and not contributing. And when I say this, I'm referring to the fact that you have possibly people around you that are very needy and clingy and are not, because when they pull from you, it's like because they need you, they're hurting, they're always got problems and challenges. You mentioned that, and I can see how that would be very exhausting. And so we're having to make decisions for everyone else instead of being able to just be present. We have to do. And so then we feel that doing. We feel that oh, I've got to always help this person, help that person, then we are constantly being pulled from. I don't know if this is making sense to you, but the reality of that is like it's not a bad thing to give to others. However, it is very important for self-care and self to love yourself is to be able to love others. So how do I love myself? Well, I also need to be able to be around those who will contribute to my life, who will speak life over me, and who will actually take the time to say, hey, you are loved and you are blessed and you're an amazing person and worthy of being blessed. And I'm grateful for you. And that's why part of our process that is really empowering and beneficial is our Epic 30 process because it does. The repetition builds the confidence and it gives you a template for communication. It gives you a template to release so that you can receive. Because again, if we are not in the flow and we are constantly being pulled on and we're constantly just like not being refreshed and refurbished and then if nothing's being inputted into us and all is output, it will cause burnout for sure. And when we don't have a purpose and a direction we're going to, we will burn out as well. We're like, I'm just doing this over and over, and for what purpose? People get so frustrated and depressed and upset and it's real. It's like understandable that that's what happens in their life. And so I want to encourage you, you need purpose. And that's where our MVP comes in because through MVP process, we have three core activities that we're constantly helping people to do, to learn, and to master. Because if you understand who you are, you identify your mission, your vision of who your best self and what's unique about you, that will empower you. And it gets you a direction, a North Star, if you would, a direction that you're going in and a purpose. And it helps you to get up in the morning. And then when you have the Epic 30, it will refresh you and help you to recalibrate and be filled back up because you're releasing junk through journaling. Yeah, that's why we have our Epic Your Life journal. So you journal and release things that, are not benefiting you, things that are holding you back, or maybe some frustrations you're feeling, or maybe not. Maybe you're just having a great morning. And we recommend highly that you do it in the morning. Have that time of just releasing because we often have bottled up things from the night before, or maybe from the week, or maybe like today, it's Monday, you're entering into a week and you just want to start fresh. And so you release things that may be holding you back, or you can release good things in the sense of gratitude and honor and blessing. You don't always have to complain, but it is a beautiful place to release and complain. And we choose to write a letter to Father, to Papa, to Abba. And that's what we say, Dear Papa. And I start writing a letter to him and releasing things and getting into the flow. Allowing him to then speak into my life is step two. Step two is a random Bible verse and allowing that message from that random Bible verse. And you can literally look it up, randombibleverse.org, and allowing the Father, allowing Papa to speak to me. It's a very powerful process because when I feel him speaking to me, I feel loved. I feel special and important. And especially when I'm asking questions when I'm journaling, because that's another part of this is we often tell people that if you will journal and release, but also if you'll ask questions, it's a really cool process to know that he's listening to you, that you're writing out stuff and asking questions. And we do it. It doesn't take but a few minutes. We've literally done it in as short a time as 3 minutes. 4 minutes is kind of the normal 4 minutes of release and journaling, 4 minutes of receiving a message from the Father and encouragement, and then 4 minutes of GWs, gratitudes and worthies. And that is to release it and declare it out loud. Right? So you've got the release, then you're going to receive a word from the Father, and then you're going to give. Everything we do, we try to do it in pairs of three. Sorry, not pairs, in sets of three. And so our core activities are three core activities. Our process of release, receive, give is three activities. Core activities are three things, a set of three. And so it is easier to remember that way, easier to do, and you get into the flow first thing in the morning. What are you doing with your morning? What are you doing with your day? Are you remembering the power and the purpose of Epic 30? Because Epic 30 will. We call it Epic 30 because, again, it's encouraging you to take 30 minutes to develop yourself, to get into the flow, develop your skills in relationship and connection and communication and love and affection, and then go have a great day. That's why getting up early is very empowering and powerful. And some of you, I know, well, I was up late. Well, you know how you get up early? You go to bed early. You know how you go to bed early? You just do it. And if you don't go to bed early, you get up early. And eventually, I promise you, you'll be so tired at night, you'll start going to bed earlier. It's the reality of it. But you got to have the discipline of getting up. And maybe that's part of what we can do together is you practice getting up early, and I'll be here to connect with you at 5 a.m. What do you say? Men, I'm calling you out. Let's go. Be a leader. Get up earlier than everyone else in your family and work on you first. Work on connection and affection and love. Work on the skills to become more confident. And I'm telling you, if you will adopt these 3 core activities that we teach people, I assure you, it will make a difference in your life. Because even when you declare those GWs, we call them GWs, it's gratitudes and worthies. It's edifying others. It's speaking your gratitude for the Father, for yourself, and then for others. Again, 3. Father, self, others. Father, self, others. Getting into the flow, even with gratitude. Getting into the flow, even with speaking life over people and edifying them. All right, let's check out some of these comments because there's been some good stuff here. How do we help the Amish? All right, let's see. Ancient character. Oh, okay, I didn't say it right. You're right. Diocletian, a retired Roman leader, soldier, officer. Okay. How do you help the Amish? I am genuinely curious. I understand that they rely on trust quite a bit. Very interested in trust in pure equity. Okay. Well, you're right. It does take a lot of trust. And quite honestly, I think a lot of times the things I do in the way I challenge people who are of the Amish culture, it does break trust a lot of times with them. I think we've helped probably thousands by now with all that we've done and others that have scaled and duplicated with us. Our community online school platform, we have over 100 people there, couples and families. Uh, yeah, so you're right. It is a trust factor. You're absolutely right. You nailed it. And they are very big on connection. And so we teach them, and we teach English, by the way, too, as well. It's just 80% of our clientele happens to be of the Amish culture or coming from the Anabaptist culture, I should say, which does include Amish and Mennonite. We just have been known as the Amish Matchmakers because we've helped so many. Matter of fact, in the last 5.5 years, 6 years now, we have helped over 30 people to come together, and some of them we officiated their weddings even. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing to help people get married and help them to connect. Yeah, and so with that said, building trust is, I think, through community, through connection, through getting to know people in person. That's why we host events called Epic Intensives. Those are live events where we actually live together for 4 days and learn these skills of confidence, communication, commitment through our core activities. Epic 30, MVP, and triggers to triumph. So again, we have this process and these things we do and go through, and we keep doing them. I keep doing them. Epic 30. My wife and I, Chantel and I, will do that here shortly. She gets up a little bit after I do, and my daughter gets up a little bit after I do, and we do it. We do this process of Epic 30: release, receive, give, and declaring our gratitude for each other and declaring edification over each other of our dreams and goals. It's a very powerful process. So that's how we help the Amish. We help them to develop these communication skills, develop the confidence skills, and develop the commitment skills, the 3 C's of what we call 3 C's of love, 3 C's of intimacy. And that is what we do. We help Amish singles to get engaged and have epic marriages. And then create an epic life by developing their legacy that is rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. So that's what we do. And part of is here. And by the way, I'm going to take a moment to ask you on our social media platforms to follow us. If you haven't been over to our YouTube channel, that's probably the best one. We have tons of recorded content there on YouTube. I think we have over 1,000 pieces of content there. I was seeing the other day because we do shorts and reels and we do long stuff like this, long form. We are pretty much doing all live now, and then using those for creating content, our live videos, because again, people like to see it raw and real, and it is raw and real. This isn't scripted. I have some, templates and things I go through, as you can tell. But then we continuously just bring content of helping people in relationships. So helping the Amish, we do. We help singles. We help couples. We help just developing those skills in relationship to help you to be more confident, communicate better, and be committed for the long run. We believe in marriage for sure. And I would just ask you, if you're on our social media, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, especially on YouTube. Facebook, you can let Facebook know that you want to see more of content from Carlos by clicking a button there as well. They're constantly asking people, do you want to see more of this? And people say no, well, then it doesn't show them our content anymore. And I would tell you, those likes, those comments, those thumbs up, those hearts, everything matters these days to boost the algorithm to where then more people will see our content. I've been very grateful. We used to have 20, 30 views when we started this. Now we're up in the 300 and 400s on a regular basis. That's 10 times more than it was. And it's because of you. It's because of you liking, subscribing to our channel and hitting that notification bell. And it's because of you doing the comments. Thank you. And interacting with me on these videos. And now we're going live on our school platform too, while I'm going live on social media. We'll get some feedback from the community on school to let me know if it's beneficial or if they like that. But all right, people pretend that there's a better place than Earth to internally justify the destruction that they cause the rest of the planet. Okay, commentary person. Okay. I always love it when people jump on the YouTube channel or on our social medias and you don't have to be here. You can always leave and make weird comments. Some people have to block even because it's just not worth it. Okay. A lot of that common purpose in the past was force people on automatic. It's sink or swim time for many now. Okay. Doesn't work for me. Okay. What doesn't work for you? Connecting to God, connecting to the Father, Papa. I'm looking for a wife. All right. Congratulations. We can help with that if you're really serious. I get up at 3 a.m. I treat others the way they treat me first. I call, oh my goodness. I call normal people normal. I give them what they give me. There you go. I'm not sure how's that working for you. All right. It's beautiful when people can come together and work as a team. Thank you. Look at that. Married 35 years. Congratulations, Mr. Keeper of Bees. Way to go. I love bees, by the way. Study bees and want to study them even more. Eventually, I will have hives for sure because, we can learn from the bees. We can learn from ants, how they gather and how they work together. It's a beautiful thing. We call it the swarm effect. Soon. Love you. Oh, that was nice. Love you too, whoever that is. Blessings. All right. It's good to keep it to an hour or less. All right. Thanks. Consistency and early. I checked out school. Thanks. School's working great for us. We love it. They are constantly developing and making the school platform better. Yeah, it's so awesome to see it develop. I guess it's a multi-billion-dollar platform now, just with all the growth. It's the fastest growing educational platform on the planet. And some really amazing people are constantly working on developing it and making it better. Uh, yeah. So we love it. We love our community at Pick Your Life. We love seeing, and we also endorse and support Jesse and Adina Kaufman and their community, single to married. So It is a powerful community there as well, geared and focused on singles to help them get engaged, and then they graduate. And we do have some singles that work with us too here on Epic Your Life, because we help develop your companies, your businesses, and your relationship skills as well. And especially the people that we work with in matchmaking up when we do the matchmaking process. It's very exclusive, uh, one-on-one mentorship. Very rare these days now that our schedule has really blown up and gotten super busy. But all right, guess what? It's almost 6 o'clock. It's 2 minutes till, and super glad you're here. And thanks for joining me on social medias. And I did tune in a little bit late today, but that was getting things set up with my streaming app, and also going live on our school platform. Those of you on our school platform, if you would just give me a shout out, let me know, because it really is about our community on school, and being able to share it with the world as well. But what kind of content would you like to hear about? Would you like to go into some of what we have there on our content connection DNA? We have 8 weeks, 40 session content there about connection, and it does go deeper into the wee little seeds, if you would, all the details of connection. And 8 weeks and 40 sessions, it is about creating habits and cycles for connection, love, affection, the depth of it. We have simplified it down to 3 steps and 3 core activities: and confidence, communication, commitment. It sums it up, those 3 things. However, there are very many details that will help improve your relationship skills. And so on our school platform, if you would let me know, if you're watching this recording, make a comment. It is live here on our social media streams as well, but I'd love to hear from you on our school platform. Let me know, what is it that you want to process through or hear about. It is Love Talk with the Amish Matchmaker here, Carlos Campos here, and super grateful for those of you that have joined us. But I would like to bring things that are beneficial for you. I can talk all day. We've got so much content, so much information to share. It never would never end. Realistically, I mean, we got the 4 faces of God, we've got his creation code, we've got shapers, we've got the communication based on personalities. So the 4 faces of God and the communication styles of those 4 faces, the interaction styles, and what they tend to do as far as work based on personalities. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And shapers is core values, not core activities, but core values that we often talk about and lean on. It's amazing. Then there's feldspar as well, which is the details of goals and dreams that you go after, and living a balanced life and developing yourself in all areas of life. We have 3 main areas. We talked about finances and cash flow. We talked about health and wellness, physical body, and we talked about your relationships and connections. So those cover pretty much those are broad spectrums, but yet we always try to simplify it to 3 categories, 3 things. So, but there are details. There always are details. You got macro, and then you got the micro, right? Macro and micro. So there's always big, small, little, um, big picture, small picture details. And so, anyways, all right. Now I am just babbling. So have a great day. God bless you. Go out there and be great. Be epic. Make it an epic day. But you got to live on purpose. If you're going to make it epic, you totally have to um, be epic. You have to go after epic and be purposeful to be epic. So thanks for being here. Those of you live on our live stream here, thank you. Comments are awesome. And seeing the interaction is very beneficial. And anything that is blessing you or helping you in this process, let us know. You want to have a wife? Okay.